Okay, so we have an interesting one here today. This is a 3D printed puzzle. Pretty excited about it. It was created by Devin over at Make Anything. I will have a link to his YouTube channel, because he has a YouTube channel. I'll get into that in a minute. As well as to the file, so you can print this for yourself if you have a 3D printer. His files are on things, and I'll have links to both his YouTube and this. I actually started watching his videos because I'm trying to learn how to 3D model. I'm working on learning how to use Fusion, and he's got some tutorials. And while I was watching his videos, I noticed that he had some puzzles that he had made. And being someone who enjoys puzzles, I saw that he had a print-in-place puzzle. You just print this, and then you print this, and you're supposed to take that and just solve it from there. And I'm going to read a little bit of his description about this real quick. It says, the object is simple. Find the smiley face. Where to start? Well, that's part of the puzzle. This puzzle box prints in one piece, except for the key, so you can try to solve it straight off the print bed. My only rule for solving it is no sticking your fingers inside the puzzle. Otherwise, it's possible to cheat. You print, and then he goes into details about how to print it. You print this file, you print the key file, a couple other files if you're making it for somebody else, kind of thing. But if you want to solve it yourself, you print it this way so that you don't see the solution. And I actually avoided watching the rest of his video about this because I didn't want to see the solution. I also didn't even go look at my printer very often because I didn't want to see any of the internal guts of it any more than I should. I only went and checked on it very briefly a few times to make sure it wasn't spaghettiing or doing something crazy. But if you do want to print this, and these instructions are on his things page about it, but you print it in 0.15 millimeter layer heights because he says it requires that definition. So we're about to solve this. If you don't want to see the solution, you want to print it yourself, stop right now. And go print it, and the links will be down there for you. If you want to see the solution, I'm going to get into it. Hopefully I can solve this thing. But thanks to Devin for creating this puzzle. And I just think it's so cool because a lot of 3D printed puzzles and things, you have to put them together yourself, so they're really not good for you. This one, since it prints in place, I get to have just as much solving it as the next guy. So here we go. We're going to try it out. He said there is no instruction on where to start. So we're just going to start putting things in things and seeing if anything feels like it should turn. Let's see. I feel some stuff catching slightly there, but not a lot. There's a big cavern, but I'm not allowed to stick my fingers inside, so there's also something going on down in here. I don't know if y'all can see that, but if you look down in here, there's what appears to be maybe another tool that we might get at some point. We also have this here, which just kind of slides into. It does not want to spin, and I don't want to break that. Also, this key is very simple. We've got two little notches and a triangle shape, and I don't know, I'm not going to stick my fingers in, but we're going to see. I see something going on down there. Let's see if this will slot. No, it's not. It doesn't go down that far. All right. Let's see. Was this turning? Not really. This moves a little. Let's see. Oh, we have some movement. There's some gravity. I don't know if y'all will be able to see this, but I don't know if it's from me spinning something, but if you see, this kind of fell downward. I don't know if that had something to do with me messing with some of the other stuff, or if it was doing that all along. I really didn't notice. But that is falling down a little bit now. So we see that. Let's see, maybe, do we have anything? I don't feel anything at all right there. Nothing. No feedback in that little keyhole. This is There's like a little ledge here you can kind of grab onto. I don't know if you'll see that. I'm going to kind of hold this down, and then we're going to go back to the top. I'm trying to keep all this in frame. I'm new to this filming thing. I'm used to just solving my puzzles old-fashioned way. It says don't put your fingers in it. We've also got this hole. Oh, I almost put my finger in. Got this hole where you can see the threads and you can see some little geared things going on. Let me see if I can show you all that down in there. So that's on this side, and then we've got this cavern, and then we have this side with that, which appears like it would fit into this. So I don't know if we got to get that out first. Then we have this, and we have this thing that kind of drops down a little bit here. We have this whole top and bottom here and here that does go all the way through. I don't know if maybe I can line it up. It does go all the way through. I'm gonna kind of take this off screen for a second and see if I can see anything up in there. I do not. Appears to just be a channel of some sort, but maybe it'll come into play later. There's some interesting little divots here and here. I'm wondering if this right here doesn't come out. Is this perhaps, does this spin? Does this perhaps spin? I'm not sticking my fingers in the puzzle, really. I'm hoping. If that spins, I wonder. It almost seems like this is coming out further than it was a minute ago, but maybe it's just me being me with wishful thinking. It is still not spinning at all. There's something going on up in here. I don't know what it is. Trying that because it seems like it should do something. It's a key, right? There's some kind of... Oh, this is unscrewing. Oh. So this is unscrewing. So it is coming out a little bit more as it unscrews. I don't see how this would unscrew it though, because that's the side that has the... So, I don't know, maybe we just keep fiddling a little? Is that supposed to be happening? Did I find a workaround? I will go watch his video to see if I did it the wrong way, and then update y'all. I'll cut in another clip if I did something incorrect, because, I mean, his description says where to start. Well, that's part of the puzzle, so, I mean, it kind of seems like it's a camera, like this might be a little viewing thing, and you would click, but I'm not supposed to reach in there, you know, so where would you start? You put the film in, right? For any of y'all. Okay, I'm old, yes, I used cameras with film. There's got to be something going on here. I don't feel like I should be spinning that with my fingers. I really don't, because I think that may be what he was saying. Don't put your fingers in it for. So I'm going to quit doing that. Let's see. I wonder. Now, there's also the possibility, however slight, that I messed up with the print. There's always the possibility that perhaps this didn't print right, something. It doesn't appear to, though. It looks so clean on the outside that I think it must have printed properly. What is all of this about? Why You know, there's a gear. I think I just figured something out. There's these gears in here, and I wasn't even thinking about it, but this key has this little notch in it. So instead of turning it up here, like I keep trying to do, perhaps we should be turning it down here. Oh, I didn't break anything, did I? Maybe not. It's a good thought. Y'all be able to see this at all. Alright, so this gear down here. This key, if you slide it in, does kind of slot. Is it going to focus? Okay, it does kind of slot onto these little things. And they do spin a little bit. So I'm going to see if we can't figure out how to either raise this whole spiral, which is what it looks like it should do with these threads, or maybe lower it. Seems like it should go up, but I don't know. Let's keep trying. This is supposed to be a camera, which it looks like it's supposed to be a camera, but it's got a key. Then maybe you wind it up, you look through the viewfinder, you click, right? Right? That's what, and then you take the film out and you process it. So I would think this would be later, unless you're supposed to be loading the film into it. If that has anything to do with this, and if it's a camera at all. It feels like it. Alright, let's just try it in a few different orientations in case it has something to do with like a built-in pin or something. Oh, it is turning upside down. It's turning. Sorry, had a work call in the middle of that, but right when I had to jump up, I think I had just figured out that if you held it upside down, it would spin. It does turn a little bit. I don't know if it's turning much. I wish I could show you all this, but there's no way for me to show you all and keep it at the right angle, I don't think. I'm getting confused here. Getting mixed signals. This hole, I just looked into it real close up, and it does not appear to be anything but just a slot with no features. So I think that's just a red herring of some sort. This does not want to spin, okay? It doesn't want to spin. It'll move a little bit. I can get the teeth to move a little bit, but then it sounds like I'm breaking it when I try to go any further at all. I am at a complete loss here. I don't know if this is sticking my finger in the puzzle or not, because like this is the bottom. This cavern, obviously if I shoved my finger in either of these holes, it would be sticking my finger in the puzzle. But is this something I'm supposed to do or I'm not supposed to do? Is that sticking my finger in the puzzle? I do not know if I am doing anything at all. This does not seem like a solution to a puzzle. All right, so normally at this point, and I will start to do this if I don't make some headway soon, I would get out a... All right, sorry about that again. Had another work call, so here we go. But I am perplexed at this one, not gonna lie. I know I really need to pull my little notepad out and start taking notes and try to see if we can't figure out what is going on. So we know that as this goes up and down, rotates up and down, this will come out more. I don't know if we're at the stage where we should be doing that yet. If I hold these things in place, nothing moves. I've established that. You can't hear anything. I'll be quiet. There's nothing moving other than this piece. Can y'all see this? Okay. So the only things that appear to move right now is this little inner piece that spins, this little piece that kind of pulls down as that piece spins, and then this rattles as well. And it seems to be one piece, because if I hold these two and shake it, I don't even have to hold the top piece. Nothing rattles. And if I do the same and I hold it this way, nothing rattles. But if I let it go, it rattles. So it appears to be either one piece or two pieces married together for the moment. This is one piece, this is one piece. This is a piece. And to me, and this is just me, I feel like this should move. And whenever you 3D print things that have moving parts, like these fidget spinners that I showed in a different video about 3D printed dragons, these printed with them. Like, when they first come off the plate, they're stuck together like that, and you kind of got to break little pieces loose and then they spin, right? So I'm like, that's why I keep pushing this in here, hoping this thing will spin, is because sometimes with 3D prints, things like that happen. You know, I was bragging in my first puzzle solving video. It was all like, I hardly ever have to look at the solutions. I don't even know. Well, I mean, I guess I can go to his video and watch his video for the solution. But I don't think there's like another solution available for this. Can I pry it? Am I supposed to do that? I feel like I'm gonna break something, and I don't want to break anything. Oh! Hang on. Is it spinning? It's spinning. I think. What? Okay. Let's put this back. I don't think this is what I was supposed to do. I think that was what I was supposed to do, and I think it was stuck like I was worried about these little pieces being stuck that I was talking about before. So instead of messing everything up and solving this the wrong way, I think I finally just broke that loose. So we're going to kind of reset this back down and do this the right way before I mess something up. So was that the right solution then? Did I have to put that up first for it to do that? Because it stopped moving when I tried to put it all back down again. I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. I'm just fiddling with stuff. And most of it does not look like the type of puzzle that would be fiddled with that way. Am I getting delusional from doing this for too long? What do y'all think? Should I just stop and play with a fidget spinner for a minute? It's a pretty cool thing. Oh, I do sell these, by the way. Merch. Anyway, been YouTubing for all of like 3 days. I'm already like, buy my stuff. All right, busy day at work today. The phone keeps ringing, so I have to, I am on call with my work, so if the phone rings, I have to get up and answer it because it may be a client needing some help or something. Sometimes it's spam. That time it was actually a pretty important call, so. But that being said, y'all aren't here for that. Y'all are here for me to watch me struggle and not solve a puzzle, apparently. If you're still even here. What is going on down here? I'm going to look around, kind of around the bottom of the pen, because there's some slots and stuff down there. Maybe a clue as to what's going on there. Oh. Well, it's almost like there's a little indent, then it goes down, but it's only on part of it. And then there's like some kind of pin. Y'all have any ideas? Put your, y'all probably been screaming if anybody's been watching this down in the comments what I should do. So, but if you look, there's a channel down in there. I don't know if y'all will be able to see what I'm talking about. But there's like a channel, and then there's a little spot, and you can see right here, there's a little bridge where the channel is not. So it's almost like, and then the channel, oh wait a second, that's a hole. Wow, I can see that better from y'all's vantage point than from my own. I'm standing up looking down at the back of the camera now. So that might have been what was holding this back earlier. There may be something there. So does that channel continue down? Would there be something blocking it? Because I don't hear any other pieces rattling around when I hold things. And that's what's confusing me. That's an inner pin. Okay, let me see if I can show you all this. This right here drops. You see that? No, focus. Come on, focus. All right, so the bottom, you see that? We knew these pins were separate, but just how separate? It's a great question. So could there be like an internal maze in this thing that's holding this back? So maybe maybe that's why this doesn't spin very far. Maybe we need to spin to a certain point, and then this will fall out or open up. Because you see, that gap right there widens. I wish it would zoom in on that. There we go. See? See that? Like, I know I'm pushing the whole thing up, but the actual gap in between the two widens. Alright, so if I spin this part down, does that help this? Or hinder it? Anyway. Or are we working on two mazes? Okay, so mechanically speaking, we know there's some kind of maze or something going on around this pin now, because there's like channels and little drops and things. So are we doing a double maze? And what I mean by that, are there things that are locking this larger piece that we can spin with the key, and then different things that are locking this piece? You see what I'm saying? So do we need to move this to a certain place, and then this will pull out more, or something like that? Is that what we're doing here? Because I've seen plenty of 3D printed puzzles and locks and mazes and like hidden mazes kind of things. So now that might be the clue I needed. So this spins. So what we need to do is spin this a little bit and then see if this moves up or down. to fall into, because we got some moving parts now. This thing's moving a good bit. Is there a pin that needs to drop out of this into like a chamber or something? I love mechanical puzzles. I've never been a huge fan of like the maze style puzzles, but this one may change my mind, because if that's what this is extremely, this is a fun and clever way to do it with this little key and everything. Definitely further down in there. I'm going to start giving y'all a key depth. That's about how deep it is right now. No, we're going in the wrong direction, I feel like. Yeah, we lost some depth. See? I can tell now that we have our key measurement. I'm jiggling. I'm doing the jiggle test. See if I'm... Oh! Wait a second. The jiggle test worked. Check it out, y'all. Oh, see that? I don't know if that's the correct way to do it, but look at this. We are coming down that way. I am pretty sure that whatever I'm doing is working. Oh, okay, that started spinning. It got down to a certain point. Y'all see that? You'll see that? It got down to a certain point, and then that started spinning. So let's see if we can take the key now. Okay, it's spinning a little bit here and there. It went that way, goes this way, and I see down in those channels and see what's going on down there. Okay, it definitely frees up once it gets down to that point. We have this almost all the way out. You'll see that? You'll see that? I think I'm allowed, now that this is this high, to grab this and like twist it. I feel like I'm not sticking my fingers in the puzzle anymore. Oh, it stopped. It stopped. When I did that, it stopped, so. What you see. But we are well above where we were. That is well on its way out. I can see down into that, and you can see the shank of the pin going all, I'm sticking my fingers in again, but you can see the shank of the pin going all the way down now. Don't see a lot of exterior looking puzzle stuff really. Am I going to have to go back to jiggling? Because I feel bad, because if it just jiggles its way out, did I really do anything? Or did I just shake a puzzle to death, you know? Alright, but we've got this. Oh. It is definitely loose in there. I can see the two parts like moving independently. Oh, look. See how it does that, but then it kind of gears in. It gears in like that. So this will spin independently of that. There's just some kind of gearing going on where it like tries to hook into it. Then it doesn't want to go any further. So like it will spin. My wife is calling. I guess I should take that. So we will stop because I think we're almost there. I don't know why jiggling is the thing. But as we were just figuring out, I think, right before, this will spin, and there's these little ratchets that basically lock into place. So that explains kind of why they didn't want to spin together, because one of them has all these channels and stuff it's locked into, and this one has these threads it's locked into, and there may be some other kind of internal maze going on. But those little ratcheting kind of things kind of explain why it did start coming out when I started jiggling it like crazy earlier. So that kind of explains that. I'm sure that's not the way it's intended to be solved, but that's the way we did it. I will, I've decided once I finish this, I will go back and watch his video and how he intends it to be solved and let y'all know how that goes, because this has just been crazy. And I've been stopped and go so much. I will not do another one of these while I'm working. That's for sure. So So anyway, let's see if we can finish solving this, however. So we know that this will spin independently of this, and if we have those little ratcheting things to where they'll spin, maybe I can just get this whole thing out. That would be pretty cool. Although we're getting to a point where I don't know if I can get the teeth on these. Oh, no, it's going. It's going. So I have a feeling this whole thing is getting pretty close to just coming out. Or at least maybe this top part. I'll just keep doing that. Make sure y'all can see. I'm gonna stand up and look. Okay, yeah, I'm well in frame. I think I've been zooming in and out because I have to keep turning the phone on and off that I'm filming this with. Or, well, I don't turn it off. I have to go answer my work phone. Oh yeah, this is coming out. And so, there we go. But yeah, I have to keep answering my work phone, and so this one I'll pause it real quick or stop it, and then it times out, and when I restart it, y'all are stuck with the zoom and everything being reset. So I'm sure this is going to be fun to watch. But all right, so yeah, this whole thing appears to be coming out. Oh, okay. Now we understand what's going on here. So all these channels and things, there is this piece that was on this bottom piece. If y'all can see down in there, let's see if I can get this to work. There's a piece down there that slides in all these channels. So we're going to have to work our way around and out this maze with this thing. Okay, so it's all starting to make sense. So this is going to come out. Boom. So we have this pin completely out now. This pin is out. And let's see. So there's that ratcheting mechanism where this was holding this from wanting to spin sometimes when this was blocked. And you can see there's a pin. You can see there's a pin and this flange. And you still can't see that very well from this angle. But that's what we were fighting with all down in there and why it would block up and not want to spin sometimes. And I guarantee you, the actual way to solve this would be to figure out that maze and not to just jiggle the absolute snot out of it like I did. So now this all makes sense because this will slide down in here. We will be able to unscrew. See, that's all the way screwed in. We will be able to unscrew that now. And guess what? They have the smiley face. So there you go. I did it the complete wrong way by jiggling, and I started down here, and you're not supposed to stick your finger in there like I was doing. But there is the smiley face. So let's put this back together, and that's the mechanic. So anyway, so in order to put this back, we'll just take this. That is a very neat, very neat concept. Just a maze pin with this little ratcheting thing. Thank you to Devin for designing this. I am sorry that I did such poor work solving it. It is a very tricky puzzle. Had I not jiggled it and gotten it to where I could see this, I don't know if I ever would have figured out that little ratcheting system that was holding these two together. That is genius right there. So let's see here. We need to go back down. So this go down in here. And we'll just back together. So the maze is not actually that complicated. I overcomplicated everything, and I'm gonna blame the printing that maybe there were some strings holding that ratcheting system together. No, who's kidding who? That was me. So there we go, all back together, all solved, and I guarantee you that's the way it's supposed to be solved. You're supposed to take this you're supposed to figure out that these are two separate pieces. Unscrew it, work on this maze, get that pin out, screw that up so that this falls out and you see the smiley face. That's got to be the correct solution. If I'm wrong, I'm going to go watch this video and let y'all know, but I bet you that's the way you're supposed to do it. Not the turn it upside down and jiggle it like crazy until it works that I did. Because that's not typically the way you're supposed to solve a puzzle anyway. So, thank y'all for watching. I am sorry that I just basically brute forced my way through that. I hope y'all enjoyed. I hope you come back. I will try to solve some more puzzles when I get more puzzles. And hopefully I can solve them with their intended solutions instead of just beating on them like a crazy person and trying to reinvent the wheel. So, thank y'all. Have a wonderful day. And, yeah. Go show Devin some love. If you got a 3D printer, go download this yourself. Although if you watched my video, you already kind of know how to solve it. So, but you can print it up, give it to a friend. He has files where you can print these pins and things separately and put them together. If you want to use different print thicknesses and things for the walls and things, make them sturdier and such. It's not commercial license, so I can't sell these. This was just for my enjoyment and for y'all's amusement, I guess. Thanks, and have a wonderful day. I'm out of here.